Hey guys, Charles Vamadeva, Patriot Pacific Financial Corp here in Marietta, California. My wonderful guest is back again, the one and only Terrell Wright. Welcome, sir. Air Force veteran, Coldwell banker. What are we talking about today?
Advice for buyers in today's market.
Advice for buyers, home buyers in today's market. I want to say something before you launch into your bullet points.
Okay.
I've seen a lot of buyers that are not ready now. Like right now, they're not ready. Something, they don't have the income, or they've got too many obligations, or credit is messed up. And a year from now, they're in the same spot. I don't think that's good. I think that's avoidable. You need to do something.
Definitely avoidable. I mean, if you get told, okay, right now your credit's not sufficient for us to approve you for this loan. Okay. What are you doing now to improve your credit? Are you talking to a credit repair specialist, or are you in contact with an agent that can help you navigate through that? You just don't want to sit idle.
And a lot of people do sit idle.
Yeah,
and the reason I know that is I've had clients where, I talked to them a year ago and they're back. We're like, oh, okay, what's different? Well, pull their credit and nothing has changed. I think there's some things that people need to do to just not sit idle. You got to keep making steps in the forward direction towards buying a home. Else you'll never qualify.
Never.
With that said, I mean, hey, maybe you need to get a co-signer.
Maybe. I mean, there's different options out there. I mean, that's why I will put them in contact with someone like you.
Thank you for that.
A finance professional.
Thank you for that.
So yeah, like I would definitely try to navigate and try to help them figure out a way. Like, and maybe not. Right now isn't the right time, It's all about timing.
It is.
Yeah.
I think a second income is a big deal. A lot of people these days, professionals, have those side gigs going on, whether it's photography or Uber or something, consulting, some freelance, and put some money away.
There's options out there for sure.
So talk to us. Advice for home buyers. Tell me something that's been on your mind that home buyers need to really take to heart.
Well, I mean, when you get into a position where you're ready to purchase a home, the first thing you want to do is get pre-approved. You want to know where your budget stands and what size house and how much house can you afford, and be reasonable and be realistic with your goals.
That is like a given. I mean, I can't imagine someone getting out there, going around looking at homes, not knowing if they're going to get
I've met agents that have taking clients out looking at $1.2, $1.3 million homes, and they don't have a pre-approval. It's just, I don't know if that's the best route you want to take in that situation, but
it's setting themselves up for failure, because what if you do fall in love with that home and now your heart's on your sleeve and you get told you can't qualify and you're scrambling. And I've seen in years gone by where people get bitter.
It can put you in a bad situation.
Yeah, they get bitter about the lender, the realtor, the home buying process. You can prepare.
Yeah, exactly.
You should get ready.
And be realistic.
Right. And within that category, Terrell, if I may add, there is a distinction between a lender telling you on the phone, based on you make $8,000 a month, you qualify for this. That's a pre-qualification. They haven't looked at anything. There's a difference between that and a lender going through and doing a full-on diagnostic review.
For my clients, I push for them to send in all documentation. You want to fully underwrite approval. You know what I mean? You want to let the buyers know that, hey, this guy's serious.
Right. I agree 100%. I can't think of any more dependable way. And the chances are, you're an agent. The seller's agents are going to rip that thing apart and say, hey, how far have you gotten in the pre-approval process?
Exactly. And most selling agents want you to get pre-approved with their lender as well anyways.
Right. So that's
easier just to get it knocked out the way.
Sure. You really got no business driving around looking at homes unless
you got
a lender has told you, hey, you got X amount of dollars waiting for you. We'll fund this loan. If you don't have that, you shouldn't be out looking at property. Sure, go drive around the neighborhood and get a feel for the neighborhood, right? There's nothing wrong with
obviously that's part of the process too. You want to research the neighborhood that you're moving into. You want to know the school districts. You want to know parks and recreational activities in the area. So you want to have your research done. You want to get out there and look and search, and it's part of the process.
What are some of the bullet points that you research for your would-be buyers on the home, the neighborhood, what data are you giving them?
Well, for me, I like my clients to know, okay, is it a new up and coming neighborhood? What are the taxes? Is there Mello-Roos involved? Is it a older neighborhood where the taxes rate is a little bit lower? What are the school ratings? Have you looked at the school ratings? Have you looked at the sexual predator activity or the crime rate in that area? Are you buying this house for an investment property? Are you buying it to live in? So are you looking for it to go up in value, or are you looking for it to sustain value? We always want to gain equity in our home, over time. So just things you want to think about.
Good stuff. When your buyers are about to start writing offers, I mean, they can be in for quite a battle, right? There can be some negotiating that comes into play, and they're not necessarily very savvy in negotiating. How are you prepping them for what's about to happen?
Keep an open mind, keep an open mind, and always just be honest and realistic with your expectations. If you keep an open mind, there's always a middle ground somewhere. There's always a deal that can be made, and that's what I'm there to do. That's what I'm there to do, to help navigate you and get you that deal.
Good to go. What are some pitfalls? Like, give me a couple of things that you've seen buyers, plagued with that created a bad situation that they could have avoided if they had been advised or guided better.
Waiving inspections. You never want to waive your inspections. Yeah, that was a big thing.
Is that even a thing?
Yeah, that was a big thing, a while back when you were getting 20, 30 offers on different properties. When the market was a lot different, people were waiving their inspections and then getting into a home where they're finding all kind of mistakes or shortfalls that they have to now take care of because they waived their inspection rights. Right. I never advise my client to waive inspection. You always want to get an inspection done by a trusted inspector that,
Yeah,
that was.
And would you go as far as saying, "Hey, be willing to walk away from the whole deal"?
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
It's not worth going through and then dealing with the trouble later.
Unless you're a general contractor and you know what you're doing and what you're getting into.
Yeah.
No, it's better to walk away in that type of situation.
Right. Let me ask you this. A lot of times buyers are in the middle of selling another home in order to buy this one that's in front of them. What advice are you giving those people?
Timing. Timing is everything. So if you know that, okay, you need to sell your home to purchase. Actually, I just signed my first listing. Pretty excited about that. And this is the situation that he is in. They're looking to upgrade. Family's getting bigger, but they need to sell their current home. Luckily for him, he's already started doing minor upgrades. He's already started painting, taking care of the yard work, decluttering. And that's the way to start.
Wow.
And now that he has already started that process, getting him pre-approved will be next, and then finally start sending him properties to look at. So when his house is ready to sell, we can jump on.
How are you I'm going to ask you this only because it's been asked of me before.
Okay.
How are you going to avoid that seller who's going to be a buyer becoming homeless for a period of time? What if there's something happens with his buyer's loan or it falls through or whatever, he's committed to this transaction over here. How are you dealing with that, would you say?
Honestly, I've never came across that situation, so I've never had to deal with it. I hope I never have to deal with it. But I think if you write it up in a contract with some type of contingency of where the homeowner can stay in the home for a period of 7 to 15 days, just in case of something like that happening, I mean, that's always negotiable.
Negotiable.
Yes, sir.
This is some good information, Terrell. I know Terrell's out in the trenches helping sellers and buyers.
Yes, sir.
And we're recording this in mid-February 2023. It's an interesting market. You feel a little bit of a swing back to...
it's funny now. I think I came into real estate at the right time because I was grinding, calling, reaching out, touching people, and trying to build my CRM. But now it's funny because now people are actually reaching out to me. They're reaching out to me, asking me real estate questions, which is a little different for me. But it's exciting to see that I think the market is starting to definitely heat up.
Okay. I feel like we went from one end of the spectrum to the other.
It's swung. It's California.
Yeah,
that's just California. It's definitely a fast moving pendulum as far as the real estate market goes.
Right. Good to go. Well, thanks for the good insight.
Hey, I appreciate you having me again.
Always. Yeah. We'll do some more. We're doing a series here of various topics that affect home buyers, home sellers. Often we're going to put a little bit of a emphasis on veterans and the VA community. Terrell is a veteran himself. I work a lot with VA buyers. And so keep looking out for these videos.
Yes,
and
sir.
how do they get a hold of you? Or are we putting the contact information on the screen?
I think it'll be on the screen, but Terrell Wright with Coldwell Banker, Lloyd Mike's Realty Group. 2 offices, one in Temecula and one in Marietta. 951-850-0097.
Hit him up. He'll do some great work. I'm Charles Vamadeva, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Thank you.